David here again with Electric Blue Aquariums. I'm going to do a little update with the Python no spill water change that I bought. So this was the original setup that I bought, 25 foot. It can reach all my tanks from the faucets, so that's why I chose the 25 instead of having to lug around extra hose. This is very good quality. It's very pliable so that it doesn't hold its shape. That's one of the main reasons I bought it. So the first thing I did, this is a 10-inch vacuum. The first thing I did was buy a longer one because obviously it doesn't reach the bottom of my 125. It didn't reach the bottom of my 75. So the first thing I bought was the 24-inch. So I still use this one. That's why I didn't try to see if I could buy one originally with a longer one, because I have two 10-gallon quarantine tanks, so I still use that for this. Here's the thing, even though they're all my tanks, I still try to keep these separate. So that's kind of the little conundrum I'm in right now. I don't really want to use this in my 125 and then take it to my 75 and then go down to the 55. So what I was thinking was buying a few things and seeing if I could kind of set it up so I have multiple siphon tubes, since I'm sure everybody already has these or something like this. This is just a basic siphon tube with a siphon on it. So my thought was I could just buy one of these adapters and take this apart and put the adapter on there. So that's what I'm gonna try. So that's kind of where this comes in. I recently got an order from Amazon. It's easiest to buy everything from Amazon right now, since you can't really go out. So here's a few things that I bought from Amazon. So the first thing I did buy was the adapter. So basically, I take this apart, and you're gonna put the hose in there and slide this over the hose, clamp it down, and it's gonna make like a compression seal on it. So that's my goal. I'm gonna take this apart because I don't really use it anymore, and I figure I can maybe save this tube and use this tube for my 55, and then I usually have a couple different buckets too, so I can just leave that in the 55 with this piece. Then I can just adapt it onto the rest of the siphon tube. And in my opinion, in the tube, so you're gonna siphon it out, which is putting that water in there, but then you're gonna run chlorinated water through here. So that's why I'm not really worried about getting a separate tube for each one. That should kind of clear everything out. I don't think anything's going to stay in that tube from that. But my thoughts was, you know, this tube is going to have water stay in it, maybe water on the outside of it. So just to avoid that, and since I already have the stuff to really do it, this Python adapter wasn't too expensive. I believe it was, let me look here. It's on Amazon, and it was $8.61. So I figured for $8.61, I could just have one downstairs because I do have a grow out in my basement. It's a 55-gallon. So I can do that and have that down there. The second item I bought was these adapters. So they're quick adapters. So I just got these. I haven't had a chance to test them out. But basically what they do is they make a seal. You pull back on this ring right here, and I'll do a little close-up at the end. There's a female quick adapter and a male quick adapter. The male quick adapter, you pull back and it locks. It's supposed to make a solid seal. So I'm definitely going to test this out, let you guys know how it works. Python makes one, and the Python one is $13.35 on Amazon. This 4-pack was $11.99. So I'm gonna test it out, see if I can save a little bit of money because I got a 4-pack now. So what you do with these is you're gonna take this apart. So now I have my siphon tube. I'm gonna take the male garden hose thread, screw it into here. I can take the female garden hose thread, screw it into here. And now I put one of these on every one of my siphon tubes, and then I can snap it together, makes a seal. Takes a couple seconds versus trying to unscrew it. Another thing is these threads are plastic. So if you cross thread this, it's kind of ruined. You're gonna have to go get a new part, which isn't probably too much of a big deal, but I figure I can put these brass fittings on there. It's gonna protect the plastic fittings, and that quick. I can take another one. Put it on this adapter, disconnect it, go to my next tank, connect it, and I'm done. So you can get 4 for actually less than the Python brand one. I'm not saying these are better. I'm not saying the Python one's better. Just letting you know that you can get 4 of these. I'll definitely test this out when I do my next fill on my 125. Maybe I'll videotape it, just see how it goes, if I am able to do that. But I'll definitely let you know if they make a good seal or not. If they leak all over my floor, I'll let you know that too. So then the last item I bought was the Python hook. So I would have to say my only real problem with Python, it is so pliable that when I bend this, it kinks the hose when it's in the fish tank. And I don't really want to ruin that hose. I'm kind of worried that eventually it'll get ruined just from getting kinked. So that's my biggest worry with this, is throwing it somewhere and having a kink in it, and then maybe later on that weakening or cracking or anything like that. So that's kind of why I bought the hook. I figure I can throw the hook over the edge. I'll put one of these adapters because I bought a 4-pack. It screws in that easy. Put the adapter on, and now my hook's hooked up. Takes a second. I don't have to worry about the plastic threads because those are definitely easy to cross thread, ruin, and then this piece is all no good. So for everything that I bought today, it was which was the 4 adapters, the Python adapter, so I can reallocate this, which I'm hoping works, and then the Python hook was $37.23 with tax. So that's for all 3 items. I'm assuming everybody probably has something like this that they can use, and this adapter does have this is like, I'm sure you can use this for different size hoses, and it should fit to size, and then it's going to clamp down. So I'll definitely try that out and see if that works. But yeah, it's just some ways to upgrade, make water changes a little easier, and I'll definitely go over everything, see how it works, and definitely let you know how everything works in the future. So if you like my videos, please hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe button, and if you have any ideas or comments, please leave them down in the comment section. And thank you very much. Bye. So here's the close-up of the quick connects. This is the male garden hose thread. It's gonna just screw right into the Python water hook, and then it's also gonna screw into the siphon tube connection, the same one. So you have that, just screws right into there. There's O-rings in both of this and the And then on the female garden hose thread, there's an O-ring inside of there that's gonna screw right onto there, make a solid seal, and then basically you're just gonna pull this neck back and then slide that right into there, let the neck go, it makes a solid seal. And I have tested it. The water flows through it, no leaks, no drips, nothing. My only suggestion was, you're gonna have 4 of these. You're probably not gonna use all 4 because it mainly goes on the hose kit. But they all have O-rings in there, so definitely save those O-rings in case an O-ring goes bad in here or in here and it starts leaking from the threaded area. You can take that out, replace the O-ring, and go from there. But there's just the close-up. Gives you a little bit better idea of how those work.